Hello there, dear YouTubers. My name is King1993, and today is the last day of a certain game which I'll stop playing completely. Okay, and today's game is called Genshin Impact. Okay, so it's like this. You can definitely see the logo here that I have made this banner, and in the banner I have put this Genshin Impact picture or whatever you call it. Okay, so am I gonna remove this? Yes, I will be removing this. Like there are even to the point that there are Genshin Impact stories and Genshin Impact gameplay guide. I have basically stopped uploading them. Now the question is, why have I done that? Well, the reason is I started to hate the game itself. Okay, and the main reason behind is a lot of them. Okay, now if uh, I were to talk about, are there any video proof? Yes, there are some video proof that which I think I have gotten. Okay, so if I were to, let's say, uh Genshin Impact versus Tower Fantasy, then you will see a certain video. Okay, this one, Tower of Fantasy versus Genshin Impact full comparison by Teva Times. Okay, so this Teva Time guy played both of the game, and by playing both of the game, this guy has came to overall a conclusion, and I 100% agree with the conclusion of this game. Okay, so if you guys were to watch this video, then you will be able to understand what are those things that is the reason why I have planned to stop playing this Genshin Impact and be focusing fully on Tower Fantasy. Okay. Now another thing is when it comes to gacha, the gacha system. Obviously, both Tower Fantasy and Genshin Impact has gacha system. But in the Tower Fantasy, you will be getting a character within 80 pools, and you can basically get their weapons, and you do not need to get the character. You just need to get their weapons, and the character will basically come with them. Okay. So when it comes to weapons, there are 80 pulls in order to get an SSR rank weapon. So if you get a weapon within 80 pulls, and if you want to max out that weapon, you have to get that weapon up to 7 times. So 80 into 7 is basically 560 pulls. So within 560 pulls, you will be able to max out your character. Okay, so that is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? That is definitely a good thing. Okay, this is point number one. Now when I compare to Genshin, in Genshin you must need to spend about 180 pulls. Okay, PULLS pulls, and you have to do this about, okay, not every person is lucky, but for lucky people they get it even shorter time pulls than this. But for majority people, they have to do about 180 pulls and have to do it about 7 times. Okay, to get to Constellation 6, and it's gonna cost about 1260 pulls. Okay, so 1260 pulls, uh I have to remember that. And the weapon banner is so horrible that you must need to spend about 270 pulls to get a weapon, and you can refine a weapon up to 5 times. So plus this 1 2 uh 60, or was it 50? 60. Okay, so you will be basically doing a total pool of 2610 pools in order to make a character to their max capability. So that much problematic the game of Genshin Impact is. Okay, so that is basically the main reason why I have decided to stop playing the Genshin Impact, because in terms of story and music, there's no doubt Genshin Impact is very good. But when it comes to the end game content, the end game content of the Genshin Impact is none, and that's the main reason why I decided to stop playing Genshin Impact. And when I compare to the end game content of Tower Fantasy, there is player versus player. So if you maximum if you rank up a player at their max potential, and you can basically play against other players, you can play against other players in team or in single player. So from that point of perspective, Tower Fantasy having an end game content is the main reason why I think that many people, and including myself, is gonna move towards this game instead of Genshin. Okay, now there will be some YouTubers that when even after seeing something else, they're gonna keep saying, okay, no, Genshin Impact is still better. Well, I have to say otherwise. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, here's the thing. When it comes to my channel, I have about 4,410 amount of subscribers, and most of the subscribers are fans of either Honkai Impact or Punishing Grey Raven. Okay, so Honkai Impact and Punishing Grey Raven, these are the two games which I play the most in my channel, and I upload those type of content on my channel on a regular basis. Okay, so that's the thing. That is point number one. And point number two is when it comes to this example, Tecton channel, that is, most of the subscriber of these channels, or let's say 99% of them, are basically Genshin Impact players. So when this guy were to say anything negative about Genshin Impact, what will happen is the subscriber will eventually start to leave his channel. So eventually, even if this guy doesn't want to say that Genshin Impact is overall doesn't have in-game content and many other things, this guy has no choice but to keep on saying that yeah, any other game is bad. Like a good example would be like, let's say, this game called Wuthering Waves. So this guy was making a reaction video on the game called Wuthering Wave and saying that this Wuthering Wave doesn't look that much good. It like it look horrible and this and that, etc. So me, who plays this type of game, eventually got furious to the point that how come this idiot is basically saying that Genshin Impact clone, this game looks Genshin Impact clone. Well, every game is a clone of something else. Okay, like if I were to say, okay, CS:GO, okay, not CS:GO, let's say PUBG. What was before PUBG? Before PUBG, it was Call of Duty. What was before Call of Duty? Before Call of Duty, it was CS:GO. Okay, so Call of Duty copied some of the weapon aspect from CS:GO. PUBG copied some of the elements of uh, Call of Duty, and Fortnite copied some of the format of PUBG. Then there is Apex Legend. There is a lot more game which are similar. So even though the games are similar in terms of gameplay, but it doesn't change the fact that some of the game are better than the others. Okay, like whatever the games that came out after PUBG are better than the PUBG. That is because PUBG has some limitations, which is the reason why many people have left PUBG and went to other games. Similar can be said about this game as well. Like it Genshin Impact. Okay, let's say Withering Wave is a clone of uh, Genshin Impact, and what is Genshin Impact a clone of? Many people will say Breath of the Wild. Okay, and which game is Breath of the Wild is basically compared to, like, open world games. Okay, and Grand Theft Auto is a good example of open world game. So yeah, one game basically copies the other, but the later games actually becomes the better than the previous one. That's basically how the gaming industry works. Innovations put more interesting idea in the game, and eventually it makes it better. But after watching this guy's video, I got angry to the point that if I had been standing in front of this guy, I would have definitely did my best to roast this guy or yell at him as much as possible, because I know that this guy's brain is not going to be able to comprehend what is meant by good or bad, because good and bad is basically a different perspective. And this guy is saying that no, he is right and everyone else is wrong. So yeah, if you are basically facing against any of these type of people who, in the community of the Genshin Impact, who says, well, Genshin Impact is better because it has a lot of characters, it has a vibrant color, open world game experience, and then you just have to grow up a little bit and then understand that yes, many other games are similar and they become better as they introduce new capabilities to the game. Okay, so eventually the newer version of those similar games are basically gonna be even better than the previous one. So anyway, this is overall my total conclusion of why I have actually left Genshin Impact and never planning on coming back again. Okay, so if you find this video unpleasant, well, I can do nothing about it, but I can assure you that I will never play Genshin Impact ever again. Okay,